Howdy, y'all. RoboDylan here, and today I'm going to start the third brand new series on my channel, RoboDylan's Nostalgia, which is a series where I talk about things I like and have nostalgic memories for from my childhood. And for my first episode of RoboDylan's Nostalgia, I will talk about the thing that caused me to have my love for preschool media and the preschool cartoon and live action show and movie stuff, Nick Jr. First, y'all may be wondering, how did I get into Nick Jr. and the preschool cartoon and live action show and movie stuff? Well, while yes, just like all of y'all, I did watch a lot of preschool shows like Sesame Street and the preschool show that was on PBS Kids and Playhouse Disney and Nick Jr. when I was a toddler. It wasn't till I was 7 years old when I started to really love the preschool cartoon and live action show and movie stuff. Because when I was 7, my mom, dad, and my sister and I have moved out from my grandparents from my mom's side's house, and we moved into our own house. And at our new house, I had something really awesome in my bedroom for the first time. I had a TV in my bedroom, and my mom and dad even let me go to bed with the TV on all night. And because I knew if I put my TV on the older kids and family cartoon or live action show and movie channels like Nicktoons, Boomerang, or Disney Channel, I would get distracted and watch all the cartoons on Nicktoons, Boomerang, and Disney Channel. And I also knew that adult cartoon or live action show or movie channel like Adult Swim, Nick at Night, and MTV were far too inappropriate for my 7-year-old mind at the time. So I decided to fall asleep to one of the preschool cartoon or live action show or movie channels like Nick Jr. because I thought I would hate it, as well as some of the other preschool channels at the time like PBS Kids Sprout and Playhouse Disney. And because at the time I thought those preschool cartoon or live action show and movie channels were for babies below the age of 2. And before you ask me in the comments, yes, I do have brain damage because my disability is traumatic brain injury. And yes, I was shaken as a baby by my babysitter. But as it turned out, that night I could not fall asleep. So I decided, because I was bored, to watch some of the preschool shows and movies that were airing on Nick Jr. that night. And that's also when I learned that the cartoon and live action shows and movies that were airing on some of the other preschool channels, that they weren't made for babies. They were really made for preschool little boys and girls from the ages of 2 to 6. How did I learn this fact? That's the question you nice ladies and gentlemen may be asking. Well, it turns out that night, because I was watching Nick Jr. on cable, that means I got to see all the adorable as all heck little preschool media advertisements that were airing on Nick Jr. that night. And a few of those Nick Jr. commercials had a slogan that taught me that these cartoons and live action shows and movies were not made for babies, but in fact, they were made for preschoolers. And if y'all also are fans of Noggin and Nick Jr., or fans of preschool cartoon and live action show and movie stuff, or preschool media in general, you probably know what Nick Jr. slogan I'm talking about. It's the Nick Jr. slogan everybody loves. It's the Nick Jr. slogan everybody remembers. It's the most iconic slogan in Noggin and Nick Jr.'s history. It's the "It's like preschool on TV" slogan. This is the slogan that taught me all preschool cartoon and live action show and movie stuff wasn't made for babies, but for preschool little boys and girls. And same thing goes for preschool media in general. I used to think before I first heard that fantastic Nick Jr. slogan that all preschool media was for babies. But after that, I've learned that all preschool media is for preschool little boys boys and girls aged 2 to 6. I think the It's Like Preschool on TV is a fantastic slogan, not just for Nick Jr., but for any preschool cartoon or live action show or movie channel, because I think it might teach people like the young RoboDylan and other people who acted the same way I originally acted to the preschool show and movie stuff, and teach those people that the preschool cartoon and live action show and movie stuff, as well as preschool media in general, is not made for babies, but actually made for preschoolers. I might even create a similar slogan for my own preschool cartoon and games, as kind of like a little homage to the cute as all heck Nick Jr. slogan that got me into the preschool cartoon and live action show and movie stuff and preschool media in general all those years ago. And so now that I told you how I got into Nick Jr. and the preschool cartoon, live action show and movie stuff and preschool media in general, I'm gonna start talking about some of the Nick Jr. shows I watched when I was younger and have nostalgia for. The Nick Jr. show I'll be talking about is Ni Hao, Kai-Lan. And the first reason why I love Ni Hao, Kai-Lan so freaking much is all the references to Chinese language and culture. For example, Kai-Lan and some other characters teach preschoolers how to say and even read basic Chinese words. There's also references to Chinese dragons. Kai-Lan and Yaya make and eat dumplings, and in season 1 episode 10, Kai-Lan, Rintu, Yaya, Ho-Ho, Toli, and Lulu all celebrate Chinese New Year. And I think all the references to Chinese culture to be freaking awesome, because I always try to be a moral person and learn and spread the magic of friendship. And I always strive to be like one of my biggest kid show inspirations, Mr. Rogers, because I always love trying to be the nicest person I can be, and I also spread love and positivity. And also because I also love to learn about other kinds of people and their culture. And the second reason why I love Ni Hao, Kai-Lan is because the cartoon had a lot of cute episodes. For example, Happy Chinese New Year, Ni Hao Halloween, Rintu Makes a Splash, Journey to Monkey King Castle, Playtime at Toli's, and Beach Day. And the reason why I love all the episodes of Ni Hao, Kai-Lan, and the reason why I love the preschool cartoon and live action show and movie stuff in general is I love how all preschool shows and movies, while yes, they are educational, they also add some entertainment by telling an adorable little story with little fun educational moments sprinkled in. And also, it's the best of both worlds. I love to watch TV shows and movies for the story, and I'm also a lifelong learner. And my third and final reason why I love Ni Hao, Kai-Lan so much is because Ni Hao, Kai-Lan has one of the best episodes, and not just preschool and kids shows, not just cartoons and animation, not just TV shows in general, but one of the best episodes in the entire history of TV and film. And that Ni Hao, Kai-Lan episode is Princess Kai-Lan. This episode is really freaking amazing. So let me tell you why. Well, the episode starts with Kai-Lan and her friends getting by the Monkey King, and the Monkey King takes Kai-Lan and her friends to the land of the Fox Kingdom and the Bear Kingdom. And just like the Hookfield and the McCults from My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, the foxes and the bears are mad and they don't want to talk to each other. So the Monkey King asks Kai-Lan to try to make peace between the Fox Kingdom and the Bear Kingdom. And so, Kai-Lan and her friends and the Monkey King get the Fox King and the Bear Queen to talk about what makes them mad. And Kai-Lan asks the Fox King and the Bear Queen if they can add a new rule for both kingdoms. And the rule is for both the foxes and the bears to sing and dance with each other once a day. And both kingdoms agree. And with the new rule, both the foxes and the bears become friends. And the two kingdoms become one big kingdom called the Kingdom of Friends. And for fixing the problem, the Monkey King turns Kai-Lan into Princess Kai-Lan, the Princess of Friends. And Kai-Lan turns her friends into the Knights of the Kingdom of Friends. And that was Princess Kai-Lan. And wasn't that awesome? Now, let me explain why it's cool. First, I like how the episode reminds me a lot of the Huckfield and the McCults from My Little Pony with the Bear Kingdom and the Fox Kingdom. Second, I thought it was really freaking cool that Anne became a princess, and princesses are awesome. And third, I thought it was really freaking amazing that they added the Monkey King to Ni Hao Kai-Lan. The reason why I love the Monkey King is because kings are awesome, and I also thought it was cool that they were adding new characters to Ni Hao Kai-Lan. The second Nick Jr. show I'm going to talk about is Little Bill. And my first reason why I love Little Bill is the fact that Little Bill is a celebrity-based cartoon. And what I mean by that is that Little Bill is meant to be Bill Cosby as a little kid. And they even have it where in the intro, the real-life Bill Cosby makes a cool little cameo. Little Bill, his signature hat. And while I haven't the Bill Cosby Show or any other stuff Bill Cosby is known for, I still think it's pretty freaking awesome that they referenced a real-life celebrity because it's a fantastic little reference. Adults who are watching Little Bill with their 2 to 6 year old kids that have seen the Bill Cosby Show or any other TV shows and movies that Bill Cosby is known for. And my second reason why I love Little Bill so freaking much is that Little Bill has positive representations of a black family and black culture. And I also freaking love how Little Bill doesn't resort to racist Afro-American stereotype and the fact that Little Bill teaches preschoolers that black and Afro-American people are no different than any other race except for their skin tone. And my third and final reason why I love Little Bill is I like that Little Bill has a lot of fun and likable characters. Some of my favorite Little Bill characters include Little Bill, Alice the Great, Bobby, Kiku Wong, Big Bill, and Andrew Mulligan. And I love how all the characters in Little Bill are super likable and have good character dynamics. And the third and final Nick Jr. show I'm going to be talking about is Bubble Guppies. And my first reason why I love Bubble Guppies so freaking much is the fact that the cool underwater art style makes me think Bubble Guppies is a preschool version of SpongeBob, Fish Hooks, The Little Mermaid, and Shark Tale. I also like the underwater art style because that means we get some pretty creative character designs. Like for example, Molly and Gil and the other Bubble Guppies are mermaids and mermen. There's lobsters in Bubble Guppies. Some of the Bubble Guppies characters are big fish like Mr. Grouper and Mr. Grumpfish. And there's even little tiny goldfish in the show that say the name of each episode. And I think the underwater art style Bubble Guppies has is super awesome because I really like creative and surreal art styles, and also because I'm part of the furry fandom. So I love anthropomorphic underwater creature designs, and my second reason why I love Bubble Guppies is all the fun song in Bubble Guppies. Some of my favorites include Bunch of Bones, Wheels Go Round, Dress Up, the Elephant Song, A Color Just Right, and Go Down to a Restaurant. And I think all the songs in Bubble Guppies are really creative and fun to listen to. And my third and final reason why I love Bubble Guppies so freaking much is I find all the Bubble Guppies characters fun and enjoyable. Some of my favorite Bubble Guppies characters include Dima, Nani, Zuli, Mr. Grumpfish, Mr. Grouper, and Gobi. And the reason why I love all the characters in Bubble Guppies is because I find all the Bubble Guppies characters to be enjoyable to watch and have great dynamics between the characters. And this has been RoboDylan's Nostalgia, Nick Jr. And if you're a big fan of Priest Cartoon and live action show and movie stuff, or just have some nostalgia for Noggin and Nick Jr., tell me in the comments what are some of your favorite Nick Jr. shows. And also, don't forget to give me some constructive criticism comments so I know how to improve my videos. If you like this video, smash that like button. If you really like this video, smash that subscribe button. And this has been RoboDylan of RoboDylan Productions, and peace out.